The Los Angeles Dodgers are the defending champions, and it's the home of one of baseball's biggest stars, Shohei Ohtani, aka $700 million man, aka he can buy your life. But as big as Ohtani is, the city of LA, in terms of sports anyway, is always going to belong to Kobe Bryant. And on April 13th this year, the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's final game in the NBA, they're going to bring out a colorway that is inspired by a PE that Vanessa Bryant actually gifted the Dodgers back in April 13th of 2024. And now it's here for the general public. Nike Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers. And the shoe is dropping on April 13th for $175 in the United States. April 13th is the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's final game. And on the same day, they're coming out with the Kobe 8 Protro the return of that colorway. And first impressions of this shoe, I don't care about baseball at all, really. Just never really got into the sport, so I don't really know much about the Dodgers. I don't have like a fandom towards any team. Colorway wise though, just like objectively looking at it in a vacuum, it is beautiful. I really like blue. I think the Dodger blue looks really good. The hints of white and red, just perfect. You really can't go wrong with a red, white, and blue kind of combination on a sneaker. And the way they've done this, it is... yeah, I'm going there. It is delicious. If you're like big into baseball and you have like fandom and you don't like the Dodgers, you might not want this colorway, but... come on. This is a gorgeous colorway. Yeah, if you're into blue, you need this, come on. Now overall silhouette wise, the Kobe 6 just shape wise isn't my favorite Kobe's. I really like the Kobe 1s, the Kobe 4s. I think those are the best looking Kobe's in my experience, in my opinion anyway. Not performance, just looks. And Jersey Chicken, this is an authentic New York Knicks Derrick Rose jersey. This was for the 75th year anniversary of the NBA. This was the second stint for Derrick Rose with the New York. So remember his first stint after he got traded from the Bulls. He wore 25. Yeah, I am a Knicks fan and I love Derrick Rose. Probably my second favorite player ever behind Allen Iverson. So yeah, this jersey is one of those grails for me. And in terms of the materials on this shoe, it is very distinct. Of course, you get this Mamba scale aesthetic on the upper, and the material, it is mesh. The scales itself, it is like polyurethane, so it adds to kind of the thickness or the sturdiness and durability of the upper. And on the tongue itself, that is like synthetic leather with the Mamba logo in the middle, and that is like its own piece, so it is not printed, and that is meant to represent like a sword in a sheath. And the Mamba logo, in case you were wondering, that is inspired by Kill Bill. The main character's code assassin name was the Black Mamba. That's actually where Kobe Bryant got his nickname. And what's different about the tongue on this shoe, it is the red stitching that is on the top that is meant to mimic a baseball. And another place where you'll see something slightly different on this particular Kobe 6, it is that red number 8 on the heel of the shoe. Kobe Bryant, of course, wore number 8 for half his career. Then he switched to 24. And in the same red, you'll get Kobe Bryant's signature on the booty. And a little minor detail here, the 6 dots on the heel counter here, obviously stands for Kobe 6. Now you'll see the tongue itself, it is pretty well ventilated. And in terms of the overall thickness of the tongue, not the thickest type of tongue. And if you wear like very short socks that might like dig into your ankles, might not feel as pleasant, but I think most people with self-respect anyway, would wear socks that at least go past the tongue of the shoe. And this shoe does come with one extra set of laces. So out of the box, it is this Dodger blue, and you also get these white laces. I really would have preferred if they also came with red laces. So 3 sets of laces, just go all out with the Dodgers colorway. That would have looked really nice. I think red laces would look pretty good as well. I think white laces on this shoe actually makes it pop pretty nicely. So out of the two, I'd probably go with the white laces. Now in terms of cushioning, the Kobe 6 Protro does replace the old Phylon midsole that came with the original Kobe 6s with Cushlon. Not Cushlon 3.0 that debuted on the Sabrina 2s, so an older form of Cushlon foam. And the original Kobe 6s had a Zoom Air unit on the heel as well as one on the forefoot. They have replaced the 4-foot one with a larger Zoom Turbo unit, and fun fact, that actually debuted on the Kyrie 5s, but they have actually removed the Zoom Air unit on the heel, so just one Zoom Air unit. So the overall responsiveness and cushioning for this, it is very decent. Now I do wish they kept the Zoom Air in the heel, especially as someone that kind of is heavy on their heel when they run. Now the shoe does sit relatively close to the ground, but it takes a bit of break-in time to really feel that, because the insole, it is dual layer foam. So that is designed to mold your feet the longer you wear it. But overall, the cushioning and responsiveness of a Kobe 6 Protro, definitely very well done. There's like the right balance of plushness and softness, where when you land, it doesn't feel like you're gonna break and snap your knees. At my age, you just cannot afford to do that. But it's not so soft where you feel like when you push down and try to explode, there's kind of like a lag time because it's so soft, your feet kind of sink into the cushioning. Yeah, just very well done. And in case you're wondering if it is Zoom Air, well, on the midsole, it actually says Nike Zoom. And on the top of the toe box, you will see Phenomenon, but it's spelled like Venom, Black Mamba, get it? Kind of a play on words, play on his nickname. And in case you're wondering what the dots are on the lateral side of the shoe, that is the Mamba code, and that says Black Mamba. Now on the rubber outsole of the shoe, the Protros have actually been scaled down, just gives it a bit more better court feel, less kind of break-in time. However, for the Kobe 6 Protros, in my opinion, traction is very important to me. So when it's not like immediately great traction out of the box, kind of puts me off a little bit. I have found in my experience that Kobe 6s takes a while to like really break in like traction wise. If you're not in like a super clean gym, or at least like nicely clean gym, it doesn't feel that grippy. Once you like wear it in, it improves, but I found in like an average kind of gym in terms of cleanliness, just doesn't really provide enough traction for me compared to like Sabrina 2s or like the EQLZ 24/7. And if you were kind of contemplating about wearing this shoe outdoors, first I'd say you are out of your bonkers mind. I would never wear Kobe's outdoors, just too expensive, too precious. But if you really wanted to, I would not recommend it. I think it'll wear away really quickly. The rubber is not like super thick or super durable. Yeah, this shoe is really made for indoor play only. And of course you see this carbon fiber plate right in the midfoot area. Carbon fiber, if you didn't know, adds extra support to a basketball shoe. And carbon fiber, the material itself, super lightweight, but very, very dense and like strong. So it helps in terms of like the rigidity of the shoe, where you don't really want it to twist and bend too easily. That is really bad for a basketball shoe. And carbon fiber can also help with kinetic energy return. So when you push down, you want like the maximum explosion in the shortest amount of time possible. Carbon fiber has always been one of my favorite materials to put in a shoe. Sometimes shoes will just go with like a TPU plate, but for the Kobe 6, goes with carbon fiber, and I love that. And the box of the shoe, a Mamba snake scale box with Kobe Bryant's signature in the middle, and some beautiful Mamba black paper that also has like snake scales all over. Now in terms of sizing, fit, and support, the Kobe 6 Protro is a pretty narrow silhouette. Me as a wide and flat footer, it can hurt like going true to size. I do have my reverse Grinches. I do wear true to size for that shoe. It takes a really long time to break in, and even after breaking it in, it still feels pretty snug. So I would recommend, if you don't like a super snug shoe, and I'm talking like that shoe feels like a sock on your feet, like that type of snugness. If you don't want that and you're a wide and flat footer, definitely go up half a size. And I do have to mention, even though I do tie my laces all the way up to the eyelet, you might be like, just undo that, don't use the top eyelet, you won't feel as tight when you go true to size. That's not really where the problem is. The problem is more around the toe box area, as well as the arch area. So even if I loosen this bit, you can't really loosen like this bit as much. It still feels very tight. And in terms of the overall support, the materials on the upper for a lightweight player like myself, definitely strong enough where if I'm going like hard side to side movements, hard cuts, hard stops, there's no point where I feel like my feet are gonna bust out and really ruin the shoe or really get badly injured. The base of the shoe is also decently wide with a slight outrigger here that increases the contact surface with the court, so that also improves some stability. I stress I'm a lightweight player, so everyone's got a different experience. If you're 6'8", 300, get a second opinion. And in terms of the support on the heel counter, this TPU heel counter does a very good job as well. At no point did I feel like there was any heel instability, and heel slippage wise, there was none. Now overall comfort wise, if you're just wearing this shoe like casually, which some people do with Kobe's, I guess, it's a pretty comfortable shoe. I think Cushlon overall, even the old version, is like a relatively plush and kind of soft cushioning compared to like Jordan 1s or like Air Force 1s. It actually feels quite comfortable. And of course, it isn't like an ancient old shoe that was made in the 90s. So weight-wise, Kobe Bryant at the time was always like a big, huge proponent of like lightweight basketball shoes. If you think this is like too heavy, you're out of your mind. Just come on, man. You gotta Come on. Now the reverse Grinch is the only Kobe 6 Protro that I have left in my rotation, and out of the two, which one would I pick? The reverse Grinch is special, but it is a bit out there and loud, I think, in terms of wearability. I'm gonna have to go with the Dodgers, but in terms of just feeling special, probably the reverse Grinch, but I'm gonna cop out and say I can't choose. Let me know which one you would choose in the comments below. Now usually for sneakers I give it a sole score, but that's more for like casual retro shoes. The sole score doesn't really make sense for a basketball performance shoe. A final verdict of the Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers. The Kobe 6 honestly still holds up really nicely in 2025 if you're playing in them. Like the technology with the improved Cushlon foam, with a zoom turbo unit in the forefoot. The only reason why it kind of deters me from always going to the Kobe 6s is just the overall narrowness of the silhouette. Me as a wide and flat footer, it's hard to find like a very well-fitting shoe. You go up half a size, you might feel like it's a bit too long, you might experience a little heel slippage. You go true to size, the arches, forefoot can start to hurt. So that's my biggest kind of issue with the Kobe 6s, even though that's more of a personal thing. It's not really around the performance of the shoe. So yeah, if I didn't have such like busted, deformed looking feet, I think this would be definitely top 2 or 3 go-to basketball shoes still, even now in 2025. So that's it. Thanks for watching. So inclined. Let me know what you think of the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come to wear shoes.